Star Trek The Next Generation. First episode, Encounter at Farpoint. Here we go. Is that just the Star Trek The Motion Picture theme? Real creative, fellas. Not off to a great start. At least they're still showing the episode title at the start of the show. If Star Trek shows ever stop doing that, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind about it. So wait, this is the Enterprise D? But the show is called The Next Generation. Wouldn't the Next Generation after Kirk's ship be the Enterprise B? What happened to that? Why should I even give this a chance if they can't make the title make sense? That's the captain? That bald old guy? He's the guy they got to replace Captain Kirk? This is not gonna work. Why is he bald? They haven't cured baldness in the future? Seriously? It's a Star Trek show and they don't have the budget for a wig? Hold up, she's the chief of security? Yeah, right. What's that about, women in combat? How low did they have to lower the standards to let her in? Fucking feminist propaganda. If she's the chief of security, why is she wearing gold? And why is the captain wearing red? Those are the wrong colors. The captain is in the command division. That's gold. Security is red. Red shirts? Hello? How could they have gotten that wrong? That must be the robot guy. What's his name? Data. Wow, so imaginative. Don't hurt yourselves, fellas. He doesn't even look like a robot. He just looks like an extremely white man. Actually, now that I put it that way. A Klingon. In Starfleet. Klingons are the bad guys! Jesus Christ, have the people making this show ever even watched Star Trek? Oh man, they got DeForest Kelly to come back and play McCoy in this shit show. What is he supposed to be, like 150 years old? Look at him, you can tell he's so mortified to be there. Could this Riker guy be more of a stiff? Dude needs to loosen up, get some personality or something. Why is the Reading Rainbow dude wearing that comb on his face? He's blind? They haven't cured blindness in the future either? What's that, like disability representation? Never mind how it doesn't make any sense, I guess. Like, it's supposed to be a utopian future. Why would blind people even exist? Wait, is the blind guy flying the ship? Seriously? This is embarrassing. And he's black, too. They're just checking all the boxes with this one, aren't they? If the captain is supposed to be French, why is he talking in an English accent? Did nobody notice that? Why does Data keep babbling like that and offering all that unnecessary information after the captain already told him to knock it off? Isn't he a robot? Shouldn't he automatically be following orders? Shouldn't everybody be following orders? Are these people professionals or not? They should not be so casual and chatty on the bridge like that. Counselor Troy. Why do they call her Counselor Troy? Is she like a therapist? And she sits on the bridge right next to the captain? What's that, the kinder, gentler Starfleet? They need to have a therapist right there on the bridge in case something too upsetting happens. Are they going to explore strange new worlds or talk about their feelings the whole time? How soft are these people? Did I just see a guy wearing a skirt for his uniform? This is terrorism. This is cultural terrorism. The ship can separate into two pieces. Great, I can hardly wait to watch them come up with excuses to do that every episode. The ship has two bridges, and the other one, the battle bridge, looks 1,000,000 times cooler than the main bridge. Does that seem backwards to anyone else? Why does the main bridge look like the fucking living room of the future, by the way? And why does the rest of the ship look like a hotel? Captain Kirk's ship looked like a ship, man. Like a real spaceship. So this holodeck thing, they can create any environment, any person, any place they want, and it's totally convincing. It's all supposed to be holograms, right? Didn't anyone tell them that holograms aren't solid? I mean, they're just giving up. They're not even trying to do science fiction anymore. A magic room. Did that Q guy just make fun of the military? That's in bad taste. And the captain called the army uniform a costume and said that fighting communism was nonsense? Do they want anyone to watch this show? You know, I heard they canceled it already. The studio is going to bury it. They are so embarrassed. How could they not be? Let me skip ahead to another episode. The Big Goodbye. Okay. If that lipstick is from a hologram, how is it still on his face when he leaves the holodeck? I don't know if I'm going to get through this. The whole show is going to be them stuck in the holodeck like this? An entire episode where the crew of the Enterprise dresses in, like, suits and fedoras and hangs out in places that look like they're from the 1930s? Original Star Trek would never have done that. This Wesley kid is such a Mary Sue. Let's try this one, Skin of Evil. Uh-oh, Counselor Troy's stuck in a shuttlecraft. Why are they doing her hair like that? She'd be hot without that hairstyle. And she's still wearing that not a uniform. If she's a bridge officer, she should wear a uniform like the rest of the bridge officers. What makes her special? Kirk would never accept that kind of informality on his ship. They just can't bring themselves to take this seriously, can they? Oh, that oil slick guy just killed the security lady. You can tell they're getting desperate. They're already killing off main characters. The Neutral Zone, last episode of season 1. Let's go. They found some frozen people from the 20th century. Oh, and one of them's a businessman. Here we go. Ah, there we go. Captain Baldy just told the businessman off for caring about his investments. We've grown out of our infancy. This is just anti-capitalist socialist propaganda. Those are Romulans? Okay, first off, Romulans don't dress like that. Second, since when do Romulans have bumps on their foreheads? How much do you want to bet they never bother explaining that? They're supposed to look like Vulcans. That was the whole point of Balance of Terror. So now that episode is ruined. Sure, just take a piss on one of the best episodes of Star Trek ever, you assholes. Does it seem like this show was made by people who hate Star Trek? Why else would they be intentionally destroying the franchise like this? Season 2 dropped. Let me see if they learned anything. The Child. Counselor Troy gets knocked up. Knowing what raging liberals made this show, I'm surprised it's not an infomercial for Planned Parenthood. Riker has a beard now. Great. Another flagrant breach of protocol. Beardos in Starfleet. What next? Earrings? Is there even a uniform code? Worf's forehead ridges look different. Did they actually... I'm gonna have to pause it and do a frame-by-frame comparison. They did change Worf's makeup. Those are not the same ridges. Did they really think we wouldn't notice? I guess they're not gonna bother to explain that either. They aren't listening. Didn't any of them even read the Twitter thread I wrote where I explained in a logical 88-point plan how to fix everything? I tagged all the producers. The blind guy is the engineer now? I mean, better than having him fly the ship, I guess, but not by that much. I'm glad Scotty's not here to see this. You know he would hate it. Where silence has lease. Okay. So there's another ship that looks just like the Enterprise, which lets them use the same model. And when Worf and Riker beam onto the other ship, the bridge looks exactly like the Enterprise's bridge, so they can just use the same set. That is so cheap. Original Star Trek would never do that. Elementary Dear Data. And it's just the android and the blind guy cosplaying Sherlock Holmes the whole time. This is so fucking cringe, dude. It's like they're all children. How did the Moriarty hologram take control of the Enterprise from the holodeck? Shouldn't that be impossible? Let's try the next one. The outrageous Okana. Oh, hey, Terry Hatcher. Row! What the hell? She's only in it for like 2 scenes? I guess beautiful white women aren't diverse enough. Loud as a whisper. Oh, come on. First there's a bald guy, then there's a blind guy, now there's a deaf guy? Did the writers forget this was the future? Again? Why would there be deaf people in the future? Everybody should be perfectly healthy and physically fit and young and beautiful. They just don't care about breaking my immersion at all, do they? I'm skipping ahead. I can't take this. Okay, let's try this one. The Measure of a Man. Ugh, it's like a civil rights morality play about the android. Yeah, human rights. Everybody should be equal under the law. Newsflash to the people who made this show. We fixed all of that stuff in the 60s. Time to get over it. Original Star Trek was never this preachy, especially about racism. If they even mentioned it, it was to let you make up your own mind, you know? Let's try the Royale. What is this? You can tell the people who made this have never even been to a hotel with a casino. I mean, neither have I, but the Icarus Factor. Riker has daddy issues. That's the story? Why are so many of these about their feelings? Why are these fucking badass space travelers all so weak? This show is objectively bad and a failure on every level. Pen Pals. Oh, okay, this one's about the Prime Directive. Let me guess, are they gonna break it? Like, why even have a rule if they never follow it? Why does it exist? That's just bad world building. Q Who. The Borg are neither male nor female. God, they just love shoving the trans ideology down your throat, don't they? At least they're the villains. For now. Up the Long Ladder. The Irish are all drunks and pig farmers. At least they got that right. The Emissary. Worf has a Klingon ex-girlfriend. Wait, Worf was raised by humans. How does he even know any Klingons? Did they just forget about that? She's half Klingon. Half Klingon and half human. So the Klingons and humans aren't just allies now, they're race mixing. Great. What happened to this franchise's values, man? Shades of Grey. A clip show? A fucking clip show. This is the worst thing that's ever been shown on television. The people who did this should be in prison for murder! Murder of Star Trek! I am so sincerely mad about this right now. The people are different, the costumes are different, the ship is different. It's like 100 years later, nobody's even related to any of the original characters. How is this Star Trek? They just slapped the name Star Trek on this slop and expect us all to lap it up like hogs at a trough. What about all the lore they established in the original show and in the movies? It all meant nothing? That's what they think of their fans? It's insulting. I'm insulted. I'm personally insulted. I give up. I gave it a chance for 2 seasons. I mean, I might keep watching it just to hate watch it, but there's no way it can possibly get any better after this. They should have at least done an episode where they explained why they switched the uniform colors.